It didn't happen the way that we were hoping it would, but I'm really happy that we're able to tie in both games to one. I'm going to say the same thing again, to capitalize cancer awareness. I think that's just really important, and having the opportunity to donate, because cancer affects so many of us in a lot of different ways. And so it's really nice to have your own home fans in here come and celebrate whoever that person is with the Bobcats getting a win. It just enhances that in addition to any other monies raised. If you take a look at the X's and O's of the game, I talked to my coaches before this game. I was probably more stressed out in this game than I was any other game so far in conference. Not because you consider this a trap game, but truly because I truly believe that she's got very good players on her team. For whatever reason, they just haven't got over that hump yet. And I didn't want that hump to be Texas State. And the players know this as well. My biggest concern as far as her offensive power was going to be zero, and that's all I stressed. I stressed it with my staff. I was even texting like that last night about it. Like, we really have to lock in on zero and what her capabilities look like. Hence, we just made the decision to go zone to help guard her in different ways. I think that was going to be really important down the stretch. At halftime, I was very colorful in my words with the team about what needed to happen. I stressed disappointment in our inability to follow what we had discussed, but at the same time, being able to get everyone to refocus because we're mature enough to know what it is that we need to do. I think you saw that in that third quarter going into the fourth, right? The same thing that you saw down the stretch the last game against Lafayette, where it's like, okay, we understand, or as they say nowadays, we understood the assignment clearly, because you can tell just by looking at what we did statistically, just a couple of adjustments that we made, the ball ended up bouncing our way. My hat's off to you, LM. It's never easy to be in the position that they're in, and you're just hungry and you're fighting. But at the same time, we're all fighting here. And one of the quotes that I talked to the players about today was, everybody wants to eat, but nobody's willing to hunt. And we did not start out hunting; they were hunting us. And then after the halftime, we found a way to put ourselves in a position to win the game. And so I appreciate that, and I appreciate having this senior leadership. Just having leadership and maturity is really important down the stretch, because they have an understanding of what that looks like.
What did y'all do differently, Coach, in the first half to the second on zero that you guys pretty much shut her out?
Well, I really felt, one, there was a clear understanding this kid could really light it up, right? And then two, the other piece of it, by playing zone, it's more communal, if you will. So whoever was guarding her initially, they had to do a really good job of keeping her in front of them. If she got by them, you generally had someone, on her flank to be able to help or to step up out of the zone. And then from there, if a shot went up, we had to do a good job of boxing out. Because she is a shoot first, pass second player, I think it's really, it's really important that we understood that, and our team did.
Go ahead.
Denasia and Jaeda, that's back-to-back games where y'all come back from being down 10. What helps keep y'all calm in those moments where you guys have the confidence to keep playing and keep coming back?
I would say knowing that my teammates are still talking to me and communicating, and that we're still staying together and continuing to talk to each other through the adversity that we go through.
I think just staying together, definitely having a veteran crew and a lot of seniors on the team. Obviously, we started out slow, so I think as a senior group, we understood that, and we just kind of kept pushing. We always say keep fighting. So I think that's the main thing that always brings us back to the games.
Coach, Kennedy, 6 points, 5 assists, and a bunch of other stats in that third quarter. What did you see out of her that helped y'all kind of take over that game late in the third?
I think Kennedy had an understanding of what she needed to do to get the team going. I think also for her it was tough because she had a higher turnover game than she normally did. So her refocusing, not being as focused on her turnovers and what that led to as much as what she can do. And I think that's what she did. She, in game, was able to make that adjustment. Okay, well, this is what I can do to make sure that I'm, get the team going on both ends of the floor, as well as this is what I need to do in order for our team to win. And that's what we saw as far as Kennedy is concerned in the game.
Coach, did you stress to your team going into second half about being aggressive and getting to the free throw line, because the free throws are, I believe, what won y'all the game, getting aggressive, and of course Jaeda getting to the free throw line. So.
Well, both Jaeda and Lauren in that first half did a great job being aggressive. They heard aggressive from the beginning, so this is before we even stepped out here. That was part of the game plan. So once we got on the floor yesterday, through today in shoot around, it was all about be aggressive, be aggressive, be aggressive. And aggressive to me is off the bounce, in the paint, post feeds, and at the free throw line. So that was something that was stressed as part of the game plan for this specific game. Now I know they didn't always show up at times, but it did from Lauren and Jaeda to start out with, because I thought we shot too many threes in the first half, way too many threes. But we got it cleaned up. We got some really nice paint scores there. I got them on them pretty hard, actually, because we started out with Jaquela had a turnover, then we had a missed three and another missed three, and they weren't bad threes, they're open threes, but really wanted to move the ball and get some paint opportunities. And then that next time around we did, I think actually it was you, Jaeda, who scored. Was it you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got a paint opportunity and we scored. And then from there, I think that's where we felt more cohesive offensively and got back into an aggressive mode as a group versus just, our forwards trying to score.
Jaeda, have you been working on free throws?
Yeah. I've been shooting them. Oh, I'm sorry. I've been coming and shooting them every day. Coach Z stretches them every day in practice. Yeah, I've been working on them.
Yeah, when Coach tells you and Lauren, y'all have to be aggressive this game. What does that do for you? Like, what kind of mindset do you bring into the game when you had to check in?
I mean, when she says aggressive, that's all I hear is be aggressive. So my role on the floor is to score and rebound. So however that needs to get done, it's going to get done. Like, however I need to do it. So I'm going to be aggressive with whatever I do. So
what helped you do that today?
Staying focused, not rushing whenever I get the ball in the post, checking before I make a move, always crashing. Yeah.
Coach, 5 in a row for you guys. You guys feel like you finally, everything's coming together again and just peaking at the right time?
I won't feel like that for a while. Honestly, that doesn't work like that. One thing that I talked to the team about quite a bit when we hit our heaviest time regarding adversity was focusing on yourself, focus on what you can do, not your teammate, not your parents, nobody else. Focus on what you can do and what you do well. So I'm doing the same thing. So I'm focusing, if you were to ask me where we are in the standings, I really don't know. And truly all I care about is next game up. So the second we won, I was so happy for our team to win that game, and for myself as well, against Lafayette, but I didn't have time to get too excited because I got to focus on a very tough, obviously, Monroe team. I feel the exact same way right now about App. Watching film on App, there's a lot of great things that this team does. They run a very aggressive zone. They've got scores from all over the place, and so when you ask that question, I'm happy about it. I feel like that's more for the team because they earn that, and my job is to keep working. I need to keep grinding to get us in position to, keep this sucker going. As we advance, people are seeing more film, right? People have opportunities to grow and learn, so we have to keep getting ourselves in positions where we do better. So that means my staff has to get better, and so that's where I'm at right now. So next thing for me is App. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be in the cold watching some youth baseball, and then I'm gonna be up later on tonight watching some Appalachian State women's basketball. But that's it.
Denasia, for you guys as players, five in a row. I know it's always one game at a time, and all the cliches on that. But for you guys feel like you guys are hitting a good stride and starting to get comfortable running things now.
I think we're in a decent place. I think right now we're focusing on just finishing strong. We have 3 regular season games and just taking them one at a time and using that momentum to make adjustments and work on everything we need to take that momentum into tournament time. And I think that's what we're really focused on. So as far as coming together, we're getting there.
What do you feel like has clicked for you guys during this stretch?
Like Coach G said, when we hit our deepest level of adversity, just staying together and moving the ball, working with each other, building our chemistry on and off the court, and I think it's playing a huge role into our outcomes for the games.
What do you feel like changed for you in that fourth quarter where you were able to score 12 points?
I think I just started out kind of cold, and my teammates, they do a good job at always talking to me, encouraging me, and I also just stay into it. I know my role on the team is to score, but I also bring a lot of other things too, so I just try to focus on the other things and let the baskets come
Denasia, I was piggybacking on what Drew said. What's your mindset going in before, you know, you're in the game, you know, and you're cold or you're hot? What's your mindset right before pregame before the game starts?
Defense. I got in early foul trouble, and I think a lot of teams, they try to make me work on the defensive end just because I am a threat on the offensive end. So when I lock in on defense, the rest it falls into place.